In a world where devil fruits grant you power beyond imagination, there exists one devil fruit that is so terrifying, so unnatural, that even the strongest pirates fear its very name. It doesn't just give you power, it erases light itself. It devours hope. It's the Yami Yami no Mi, the devil fruit of darkness. What is it that makes this devil fruit so feared? What are its secrets? And why is it the perfect reflection of the man who wields it, Blackbeard? Join me in today's newest edition of the Devil Fruit Handbook over here on the Everything One Piece Explained channel, where we're going to break down everything you need to know about Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi devil fruit. So what is the Yami Yami no Mi? The Yami Yami no Mi is a Logia type devil fruit, one of the rarest and one of the most powerful categories. But unlike the fire of Ace or the ice of Aokiji, this fruit doesn't grant traditional element, it grants darkness itself. The user of the Yami Yami no Mi grants control over darkness, but it's not just the shadows. This darkness is a literal gravitational force, an all-consuming void that can pull anything in closer, from physical matter to entire devil fruit powers. Where most Logias allow for intangibility, the Yami Yami no Mi, it forces the user to feel pain. Blackbeard can't phase through attacks when he's hit, and yet that weakness only makes this power that much more terrifying when you get into the powers and abilities. So the powers and abilities of the Yami Yami no Mi are as follows. Gravity and absorption. Blackbeard can suck in matter and energy like a black hole. His technique, Black Hole, lets him turn anything into nothing, devouring buildings, people, and even the battlefield itself. This power is shown by having a black smoke spread from his body. The darkness then consumes and crushes everything in its path. This is how attacks get countered and even allows him to pull his enemies in closer. In so many ways, this power makes Blackbeard into a human black hole. This is how he sucked up an entire town using his power, and then he spit it out afterwards, and everything consumed was in shambles. As said before, even people aren't safe, but when he absorbs them and spits them out, they are both damaged mentally and physically. This power also has the ability to suppress devil fruit powers, but that's also why it is so terrifying. Blackbeard cancels out the powers of any devil fruit user he touches. Logia fruit intangibility, gone. Zone fruit transformations, gone. Basically reverted. Paramecia abilities, nullified. It's the closest thing to an anti-devil fruit power in the series. This is even crazier and scarier when you realize it is absolute suppression. Whereas the water from the sea or the sea stone can prevent devil fruit users from using the powers as intended, or armament haki allows the user to bypass Logia fruit intangibility, the Yami Yami no Mi, it is a cheat code that outright nullifies. The most famous example is how he stopped Luffy from being able to stretch his body. This devil fruit, for all intents and purposes, should be viewed as a natural enemy to every devil fruit out there. It's almost as if nature itself created this devil fruit to serve as a balance to all the overpowered devil fruits that are out there. This devil fruit is basically personified endless consumption. It is heavily implied that the devil fruit's darkness can consume more than just light, but also other devil fruit abilities. You might be asking, how did Blackbeard steal Whitebeard's Gura Gura no Mi? While it's not confirmed, there are people that speculate that the Yami Yami no Mi was the key, as well as Blackbeard's own body being uniquely different according to Marco. It's a power that pulls in and suppresses might, and it might extend to permanently absorbing powers, something that has never been seen before in the One Piece series. This makes it the most broken devil fruit in my opinion, if not the most broken, one of the top 3. Then when you get into the strengths and weaknesses, with such a power like this, you might be thinking there's got to be drawbacks, and this devil fruit does come with a cost. So in terms of strength, you have gravity-based absorption and attack. You're able to nullify other devil fruit powers. You have the potential to absorb other fruits. You can drag opponents in against their will. It fits the aggressive and brawler style that you would associate with someone as heavy set as Blackbeard, someone as powerful as Blackbeard. But The weaknesses, man, there are weaknesses here. User takes double the damage from attacks. Also, they cannot become intangible like other Logia fruit users, which is a drawback because there is no ability to enter into an elemental state where you're able to reform or disperse, or you're able to regenerate the body, at least not yet as of this recording. It also requires physical contact to cancel out powers, which if the user fails to absorb an attack on time, then they're gonna suffer damage just like they would normally. And because of how Blackbeard fights, they're gonna take a lot of damage. It's also risky to use in close combat without high durability, which on top of being able to take damage, this Devil Fruit's power requires the user to stay in contact with them. So the moment you remove yourself from the person whose power is being suppressed, their powers, they will basically return. It's a power that requires the hands to make contact to use. The Yami Yami no Mi doesn't offer invincibility. It demands that the user risk everything to drag the enemies into the void and suffer just as much, which that is what makes this Devil Fruit so poetic in my opinion, and it really makes him a stark contrast to characters like Aokiji and Luffy. Which brings me to the next point, why this Devil Fruit is so feared. So why is the Yami Yami no Mi so feared even by veterans like Sengoku or Garp? Well, it's not just the powers that you have to look at here. It's also what this Devil Fruit represents. Darkness, control, consumption, the erasure of everything around you. While most fruits enhance what you are, this Devil Fruit consumes what others are. It is intricate darkness. And this brings us to the man himself, Blackbeard, and how this Devil Fruit reflects Blackbeard's character to a T, and why it makes Blackbeard, in my opinion, one of the best written characters in One Piece, while also obviously being one of the more disgusting characters because of how underhanded he is. There is nobody else in the series who could have maximized this Devil Fruit. It's almost as if Oda purposely made this Devil Fruit to be a personification of Blackbeard himself. So in terms of how it reflects Blackbeard, the Yami Yami no Mi is not just power, it's also a mirror. It's the purest representation of Blackbeard's most important characteristic, his twisted ambition. It's a unnatural duality. Blackbeard's body was stated to be unique and structured differently. He defies the very rules of the One Piece world by wielding two Devil Fruits. Just like his fruit devours other powers, so does he. There's also the concept of delayed gratification. He waits decades pretending to be a nobody on Whitebeard's ship just to steal this one Devil Fruit. Darkness rewards patience. It punishes recklessness, as shown in that battle with Ace. That is why it's so symbolic. Blackbeard knew exactly what it was that he was after. It is also the embodiment of darkness itself. While Luffy is the symbol of inherited will, of freedom, of light, evident by him having the Nico Devil Fruit, basically Luffy being Joy Boy, the Blackbeard comparison, he's basically the inverse of Luffy. That's why their duality and their whole character dynamic is so interesting. Blackbeard takes, Blackbeard consumes, Blackbeard steals legacy. Great example of that being, he stole Roger's legacy by killing Ace. The Yami Yami no Mi, it reflects that. He stole Roger's legacy by defeating Ace and basically being the reason that Ace died, because Ace was defeated and then Ace was killed at Marineford. The Yami Yami no Mi, it reflects that. It's a Devil Fruit, not of growth, but of destruction and control. In closing, I'll say this, the Yami Yami no Mi is more than a weapon. It's a philosophy. It's a worldview. It's everything in the world that there is that can be devoured, and it will be devoured by this Devil Fruit if Blackbeard has his way. That light, that joy, that freedom, it can all be snuffed out because of him. As One Piece is nearing its final saga, Blackbeard remains one of the greatest threats in the story. The ultimate villain for Luffy, he is a walking black hole whose hunger cannot be satisfied because his ambition can't be satisfied. So what did you guys think of the Yami Yami no Mi? Could it be the most broken Devil Fruit in One Piece? What do you think are the 3 most broken Devil Fruits in the series? Drop a comment and let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, Consider subscribing for more in-depth dives into the powers and philosophies and other things One Piece. And if you want to see somebody go through the entire One Piece story from start up to current chapters, completely blind without spoilers, you want to click here on the left to check out my blind review chapter by chapter of all 1,000 plus chapters of One Piece in podcast format style in order to avoid copyright. Or you can click here on the right to check out more videos from the Devil Fruit Handbook.